Researchers from the University of the Philippines Octa Group estimate nationwide coronavirus cases may reach 230,000 by the end of August, if Metro Manila and nearby provinces go back to General Community Quarantine or GCQ. They recommend instead that the government extend the current Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine or MECQ in the capital region until September 2 to reverse the surge of cases. On Monday, August 17, the Health Department reports 3,340 new coronavirus cases. A record 40,397 new recoveries are reported last Sunday, August 16. Total recoveries are 112,759 as of Monday, and deaths are at 2,681. The MECQ in Metro Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, and Laguna, earlier put in place last August 4, is set to lapse on August 18. The capital region was supposed to remain under GCQ from August 1 to 15, but medical workers pleaded with President Rodrigo Duterte to tighten quarantine restrictions as cases soared. Experts note the number of people hospitalized and the percentage of people testing positive are rising, which means the virus is still spreading. House Committee on Public Accounts Chair Mike Defensor says the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth allegedly released 1.49 billion pesos worth of interim reimbursement mechanism or IRM funds to 51 healthcare facilities despite pending fraud cases. Most of the healthcare institutions involved are major hospitals in Metro Manila, the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic in the Philippines.
Nakakatakot po itong ehemplo. And with so many hospitals here in Metro Manila and other countries, we should not allow those that have fraud cases, those that have penalties, to continue to have such funds.
Among the 51 facilities cited by Defensor are several dialysis centers and lying-in clinics that do not necessarily accept COVID-19 patients. The IRM is a program that advances the reimbursement of members' insurance claims to hospitals and clinics directly hit by fortuitous events. It recently emerged as an alleged source of politics and corruption in PhilHealth. PhilHealth officials present during the hearing on Monday, August 17, do not give a direct explanation as to why the health facilities with pending fraud cases are given IRM funds. Meantime, the Philippine Red Cross may be forced to stop conducting COVID-19 swab tests in Metro Manila if PhilHealth does not reimburse some 700 million pesos it owes the organization. The state health insurer is currently under investigation by several government agencies, including the Department of Justice, the Office of the Ombudsman, and both chambers of Congress. A survey by social weather stations reveals adult joblessness in the Philippines surged to 45.5% in July 2020. The figure is equivalent to 27.3 million unemployed Filipinos in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. This is a 28-point increase from 17.5% in December 2019, when 7.9 million Filipinos were unemployed. The survey conducted on July 3 to 6 says adults who are jobless include those who voluntarily left their jobs, are seeking jobs for the first time, or lost their jobs due to economic circumstances beyond their control. Half of those who were unemployed at the time of the survey lost their job during the pandemic, while the other half lost their job before the crisis. The Philippine Statistics Authority earlier said the country's unemployment rate hit a record high 17.7% in April 2020. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says Monday, August 17, President Rodrigo Duterte has been in perpetual isolation and regularly undergoes testing as part of safety precautions against COVID-19.
The president is in perpetual isolation because no one can come close to him. I think sinabi ko na sa inyo, then whenever we meet with him, there is a velvet rope that keeps him at least 6 feet away from everyone else. So no one can really come close to the president.
But it clarifies hours later the perpetual isolation remark is a, quote, figure of speech used to highlight the prudence exercised by the Presidential Security Group or PSG in safeguarding the physical well-being of the president in this challenging time of COVID-19. Roque also denies Duterte went abroad over the weekend for health reasons. He adds, the chief executive is in the Philippines and is closely monitoring the COVID-19 situation in the country. Duterte's state of health has been a constant mystery after the 75-year-old leader claimed he suffered from a slew of medical conditions. Last May, the Supreme Court dismissed a petition seeking to compel President Duterte to disclose his state of health outright. Hundreds of Czechs and Belarusians rallied in Prague's historic center on Sunday, August 16, to protest Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko's recent victory. The crowd chants "Long live Belarus" and waved banners saying "Free Belarus, stop violence, and flowers are better than bullets," urging the Belarusian police to stop beating protesters. In Minsk, capital of Belarus, tens of thousands of people gathered at the biggest rally since the August 9 election that saw Lukashenko win. Lukashenko has ruled over Belarus since 1994. The Central Election Commission says Lukashenko won 80.23% against opposition candidate Svetlana Tikhanovskaya. She says Monday, August 17, she is ready to take over the country's leadership. She says, quote, "I did not want to be a politician, but fate decreed that I'd find myself on the front line of confrontation against arbitrary rule and injustice." Tikhanovskaya is a 37-year-old political novice who has been exiled in Lithuania since last week. She and her supporters accused Lukashenko of rigging the election and has been calling for a new vote.